We love getting your questions, so we want you to keep them coming via Facebook, Twitter, and on our webpage. Who knows, we might just answer your question here in the studio audience next. Right now. Welcome back to the Daily Helpline. We've been talking with Shelly, who was diagnosed with inoperable brain cancer back in 2009. And joining us now is Spencer. Thank you for being on the show with us, Spencer. Now, you and Shelly were together for almost 2 years, is that correct?
That's right.
And now you guys are at an interesting crossroads.
We met about 3 years ago, and for a couple years, we had I thought, a pretty good relationship. But as far as today, I'm just really here as support for her.
So I don't want to sugarcoat, I want to just keep it real.
Mm-hmm.
So you were together, then you broke up?
Right.
Okay, and so why did you break up?
Shelly probably could tell you better than I, but I think it's safe to say she felt she needed space or to step away from our relationship or to do her own thing. And, at a certain point, I just wanted what was best for her and also for myself. So in the year that we split up, every now and then we would communicate like birthday or a holiday or something like that. And after about a year or so, we started to talk again. And that's where we are now.
What was it like for you, Shelly, when you guys broke up?
As I told Spencer, I started feeling like maybe I'm not the person for him because I was going through so much. When I met him, I was 6 months into chemotherapy. And there were times when I just wanted to be home in bed and not always feeling up to being out. And then even after the chemotherapy, there were about 6 months where I just still felt so sick and weak and not sure that I was in the right place to try to have a relationship or nurture a relationship while I was going through so much physically.
Do you still want him back?
We're talking about it.
What does that mean, we're talking about it?
Where our relationship is going, or where we want it to go, or what's best for both of us.
And who broke up with whom?
Yeah, she pretty much went about her business, pretty much.
And what was that like for you?
I was aggravated by it, disturbed by it, because I felt like we had invested some time, and I felt like I cared for her greatly, and I tried to show her that. So
Did you take care of her during the times that she was sick?
Well, there were times when, in the middle of the night, she'd have a reaction to medication or wake up with a headache or something wrong. And there were times we would go to the hospital kind of like out of nowhere.
So I would say yes. What I want to get to is, you heard her say that she wants to be back with you.
Did she say that? Did you say that?
Let me ask her again.
Okay.
I want you to watch, though.
Okay.
Do you want to get back together with this man?
Yes.
That's not actually what she said the first time, but I heard her. I heard her. Yes.
It's what she's saying now.
Okay.
Yes.
And so I want to ask you if you want to be back together with this woman.
Okay. I have extremely deep feelings for her. I care about her greatly. I have love for her. There's no doubt about it. And that's why, after all that happened between us, we're still sort of trying to figure it out.
That's not why I asked you, politician.
I'm not sure if I'm going to give you the answer you want then.
I want the real answer.
That's what I'm trying to give you.
I want the real answer. And if you have real concerns, then I want to talk about those concerns. But until we get real about what those issues are, this remains ambiguous, and I don't get that. I don't do ambiguous. So I want you two to leave understanding where you are. And I want to know what those concerns are for you that give you pause. And if they give you pause, then why are you still here? Or can we work through those and help you find your way?
Okay. Let me say this. The best way to put it is I felt concerned that the same thing could happen again.
Of course.
And so I don't want to put myself back in a situation where I'm setting myself up for the same thing. So I'm just trying to look out for me because if I don't, who will? You know what I mean? It's like, that's my responsibility to look out for me too. So.
And I get that. So the two of you need to have some real conversations. And not the ones where you're politically correct, but the ones that say, this is my fear. And then you address that fear. Because that's a real concern. This is about making choices so that you can live the life that you want to live. The both of you, because you both deserve it.
I think what he deserves is an explanation and or a conversation so that there can be some reassurance that you're in this time. Because there was a loss here. And what I'll say to you is that from somebody who's spent some time on the sidelines, you can't score unless you're in the game.
Amen.
You can't do it from the sidelines. And you're more likely to be unhappy avoiding heartbreak than you are experiencing it. And so this needs to be a conversation you guys have. That's the takeaway.
And reassure that man that you love him and you aren't going anywhere. Thank you guys so much for being here today and sharing your story. We wish you the absolute best. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more right after this. We love getting your questions, so we want you to keep them coming via Facebook, Twitter, and on our webpage. Who knows, we might just answer your question here in the studio audience next.